How's it, guys? It's Dark Soul Ryusei. I've got good news and I got two pieces of bad news. Don't worry, they're not too big. The first piece of good news is that not only did I find a GameCube in my closet, I found two. The only bit of bad news is go figure the cable that I'm missing is the power cable. So between the two of them, I have not a power cable. So I'm either gonna have to commence an excavation into my closet and see if I can find the power cable, or buy a power cable, which honestly shouldn't be too much, and hope that one of them even works, because one of them is missing like the Nintendo icon on top of it, and the other one is missing the I don't know what they're called. They're like those flaps on the bottom of it where you could insert the Game Boy Advance player if any of you have ever used it, which I'm honestly regret having sold, because now I'm either going to have to use an emulator to play the GBA games to capture them, or, well, that's effectively all I'm going to have to do. Now, the other bit of bad news is that I got two things wrong, and I'm not ashamed to admit or own them. It's fine, you know, it happens. First bit of mistake is that All or Nothing, I missed the timing for it, so I'm gonna have to get it later. But you know what, in all honesty, it's fine, because how many times have I said have I pressed for BP? And ZapTap it's pretty decent. Actually, no, it's more than decent, but it's always fine to have it even in segments in which it doesn't own face. Because whenever it doesn't own face, it just owns, period. See here, let's go ahead and return the mail back, all the way back from Shy Guys Toy Box. Yes, I'm sorry. It took so long, but yes, I get star piece. No, I don't want to. Oh. Yes, this little segment I want to show later. But you can order, you get, mail from, people that you've met. Well, yes, put the layers away, jeez. Yes, okay, so you get mail, from people you've met to your partners. I didn't want to spend time on those because, like I said, we're doing this game again. This is really just for getting my feet wet. And when I have, more advanced stuff, even a better capture card, maybe even a cast or some voice acting to make this experience really good, because I really love this game. I really love the Paper Mario series. I'm gonna give you my opinions on how I felt about Super Paper Mario, which is in its own game, it's really great. I was really disappointed that they effectively changed the combat style and all their stuff, but you know, on its own, like I said, it's a good game. But enough of me talking your guys' ear off. It's been like, what, almost 3 minutes, and all I've done was get a star piece. So, yeah, before I went off on my tangent, the other piece of bad news that I have is a mistake I made. What I wanted to do is I wanted to make an item that combined what I thought was the egg missile and the coconut bomb. Those two combined together to make Zest Dynamite. However, the name should have been acute to me because Zesty is the cook in the second game. The cook here is called Tasty. So that should have been a cue to me that you're not able to do it. We can get the egg missile, but the coconut bomb doesn't exist in this code, and thus nor does the dynamite. The item is really good because it's effectively Starstorm in item form. You know, it hits all enemies for 7 damage, and it just takes up an item slot. Which I suppose is better for Thousand Year Door because there's an item that allows you to get 20 item slots. But I digress. And so let's continue on with this part. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of extra stuff. We're going to be fighting 2 extra bosses and hopefully head out to Flower Fields, which is the next chapter we need to take care of, with the Cloud Monster, which I was also joking about. But right now we see Colorado. He said he was headed to Koopa Village and that his wife really wants to see him because he's away so often, or so long and so often. So what is he doing here? Whoa, boy. That is a pleasant path, but can't see Koopa is blocking it. It appears he's quite strong, I say. A strong brute indeed. This is a bit of a sticky wicket. There's naught I can do. The only cause of action for me is to search for a secret passage to Koopa Village. Well, he could go through the sewers, but what's this deal with this Can't See Koopa guy? Obviously he's a Koopa, but let's see here. So for this optional fight, you're going to want bow. Let's see if there's anything else I can adjust. No, I don't want active. I just want to see what I don't have active and see if I can... Nope, nothing else. Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. Yeah, you in the hot way. It's fine weather, isn't it? Don't try to change the subject. My name is Ketsu Koopa. Please remember it, okay? It's funny because this is the only time you see or hear of this jerk. He wants us to pay a whopping 100 coins just to let us pass. And yes, that's just pass. Which means if you pay him and you leave this panel, you come back, he expects another 100. Forget it! I have more respect for the anti-guy. You wanna fight me? No, I'm not nuts. Wait, no! I accidentally pressed A! Get over here. Go ahead. Darn it. I'm really tempted to start over again, but no. I made that mistake, I'll live with it. Come on now. Why is he repeating the same stuff? Oh well. Yes, we'll fight. This will hurt a little bit. Yeah, for you, yeah. Never mind. Alright, he's got 70 HP. He's nothing. Really, he's not. His major weakness is Lullaby. Now, hopefully the LP Curse doesn't decide to rear its ugly head, because there is a 1 in 10 chance, roughly, of this not working. Okay, good. Let's see here. For Bo, she's not going to be able to do anything on the first turn, but that's why you really want Quick Change. It's going to be the first segment of it being very useful. Go ahead and switch to Watt, because she pierces defense. His Koopa, I believe, he definitely has 1 defense. I'm pretty sure he has 2. Now, just like any Koopa, he can be knocked on his back. However, you have to be successful with both your action commands, otherwise, he'll just stand up after the first hit. Now we want to switch to Bo. Reason being, even though he has 2 defense with his shell on, you see we can select his tail for attack, and that leads directly to his body, naturally. Nice. And Bo will send anybody who's not attached to the ground, like I said, versus Lava Piranha, spinning like that. Very satisfying. Ah, jeez. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is the second time I'm making this take, because I found out the hard way that going through all that work for the Zest Dynamite was all for naught. And during that, a couple of things happened. Okay, I got the timing now. One of which was I keep getting the timing wrong of the power bounces on this guy. The other part is that the RNG didn't favor me and Lullaby didn't work the first turn. So I thought it would have been funny to watch, but I guess, yeah, seriously, in retrospect, yeah, to get the power up. It would have been funnier just to see Lullaby fail than me fail at menu selection and miss the... I forgot. At this point, I also run out of FP just by 1, or whatever. Also to see then me mess up in menu screens and pay the 100 coins. It's really not a lot. I mean, you still have a whopping 315. Yeah, that attack's annoying. Whatever. Let's see here. I got Super Shimmer to fix it right up. But first, I'm gonna put him back to sleep. Now, again, that 1 in 10 chance could be here, and watch it happen right now when I need it to work the most. Okay, good, didn't. But he's not on his back, which means his defense is up, so I'll just use Watt to pierce right through it. I think this should be able to do enough damage. Take it back. I think he has more than that, more than 2 defense. I have Power Plus on, so yeah, his defense is probably really high. That's all he has going for him. He's not even worth that much. That should tell you enough. You're a guy your size, do I have to bring up Goomba King? It doesn't mean anything. Okay, fine. Seriously. Now, it's funny, Colorado immediately goes back to Koopa Village. I don't know, I guess he passes us in transit, but whatever. So let's go ahead and heal up and head towards that second, more rewarding sub-boss. But first, I guess I should go do this while I'm here. Now, in this first panel, there's 2 things we can get now that we have Sushi with us. Actually, it's because of Sushi that we can access that last optional sub-boss. Or not the last optional sub-boss, but the one in the sewer. The last optional sub-boss in the sewer. You come over here, and if you come over here the first time you enter Toad Town, yeah, you can't get this star piece again with the fact that Mario just seems to be unable to jump so high over the fence. He doesn't even have to, just climb over it, but whatever. Come down this pipe, which you also couldn't get to. If we come over here, we will see a super block. With the super block, go ahead and upgrade Watt to the maximum. With this power-up, she will get Mega Shock, which, if you press A and B consecutively really fast, although with a lot of resistance, you can actually have a chance to paralyze all enemies on the field. So that's extremely useful, and we're going to be relying on that for the real final sub-boss. Or optional boss, it's not even a sub-boss. As you guys have experienced in the past, this is my first recording session of the night. Or for me, it's night. You guys can trust me to get better as it goes on. Let's see here. What did I want to do next? Yes, that other sub-boss. See, I already healed. We're gonna need Sushi out still. Now, if you remember a few parts back before we went to Chapter 5, which I constantly confused for Chapter 6, there was a segment over here we couldn't get over without a partner who could swim, which we have now. This is yet another good reason to have Quick Change on, because it's really messed up what they forced you to do here. First of all, yes, it's another blooper. Whoa! This is the biggest one of them all. Yes, this is the super blooper. It can barely fit on the screen, even with our menu. 70 HP, much more of a threat than Kitsy Koopa. And he's much more annoying in every respect, seriously. But for finally, we're going to open up with Chill Out, which I wanted you guys Lava Piranha, but I lack the star energy for it. So yes, he has -3 attack and signified by that down arrow. Now this is why you want Quick Change, because you're forced to come in here with Sushi. As soon as you get off that, as soon as you get off Sushi, this fight automatically starts. So for this fight, we're gonna want Bo. She's just so darn useful with her fan spec, because this blooper does not have any defense. And 5 FP for 10 damage is honestly some of the best exchange in this game. At least when the enemy doesn't have any defense. Yikes. So see, that guy had -3, -4, so he has 5 attack just regularly. Let's go ahead and power bounce. We're making good progress. Just gotta keep an eye on my FP. Keep forgetting to do that stuff once in a while and check my stuff while I'm commentating. Nice, awesome, super, super. Okay, well, it doesn't say awesome, but it ought to. And he spawns these 2 baby bloopers, and I know some of you might be saying they're kind of cute, but they're really annoying. Just like the Jungle Fuzzies are going to latch onto you and try and suck HP from you to give it to themselves. Now, a good Starstorm will get rid of them, but why bother? Because trust me, with Zaptop, the awesomest badge in this game, yeah, I know that's a real word, right? They're not a problem at all. Anything that tries to latch to you is doomed to get hurt and do nothing. Let us fan smack it power bounce again! I'm there with you, Bo. You're so funny thinking you could win. Oh! Now, another thing to mention about this fight, like I mentioned before in some parts, he's going to charge up now. This attack is really devastating, again, if you don't have Zap Tap to stop him in mid-attack. Did I mention how awesome Zap Tap is? Otherwise, he's going to do a charged attack, not once, but twice. So, but Zap Tap again interrupts that. And thankfully with Chill Out, reduces the damage by 3. So he's going to do a whopping 5 or 6 damage to us, depending on whether or not I successfully block. Considering how I was going before with my action commands. Ooh. Let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? They block, thankfully. Okay. Let's see here. Kind of running low on. You have to keep an eye out for that arrow because it just wore off. See, I do 7 with the attack, and yeah, both smack will finish it off. Let's see. Now, what I was gonna say before I noticed his charge happening was that, yeah, you see, the fight isn't over yet. We actually have to clear the field of enemies before we can consider it to have won. But seriously, I mean, look at this. I got the Zap Tap. I got 3 free turns. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heal the Toad House, but first, you know, never mind. What I was gonna do is to show the fact that I can do whatever I want. Usually, when I'm out on the field, I'm just gonna charge up for free, so I don't have to go to a Toad House. But since I'm gonna go to a Toad House anyway, I'm gonna get my star power back along with my FP and my HP. So let's just go ahead and end this off. Starstorm. Yeah, kind of overkill, but you know, the game's forcing me to clear the field. And that's that. Fortunately, they don't give you any star points. I think one would have been nice, you know, a little courteous. And with that, we get a button, and just like any blue pipe, we get a shortcut to the last place we've been. So now we don't have to worry about bothering Mr. Tuna for a ride back here. And while we're here, it's really the shortest distance to Toad House. Just go ahead and rest up. Alright, and with that, I believe we're done with all the optional stuff. Oh, I take it back. There's some stuff we need to do. We need to manage our items that I went to all the trouble getting, which is not going to pay off. I'm so sorry. I wasted your guys' time and my guys' time. Well, it wasn't too much of a bad thing. you can guess what we're going to do in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. We're going to get that item, I'll tell you that. Go ahead and get the... yeah, get the power block here. I was going to use the Maple Super in that fight, but I realized I didn't have to, so long as I got the power jump right. Again, I did, so I didn't have to use it, so just sell it for money. Go to check. I do not need this Gem and Jelly, and I'll hold on to the Life Shroom, just because. I'm going to go ahead and get some of my other useful items from reserve. If I can talk to this Yoshi, please. Flame. See here, definitely want the Whack-A-Bob, that's always useful. I guess I'll carry the Repel Gel now. Why not? Nope, that's it. And with that, we really don't need anything else. Everything else I can pretty much do on my own via my abilities for my badges or my partners. But now that we do have inventory space, we can do something else over here. Now, in the last epic that I scrapped, I hit this... there we go. These Dark Koopas over here are really annoying. Just ask anybody doing a speed run in this game. Oh, that's such a narrow pathway. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do out of sight. I meant to do spook. Well, anyway, there's the animation for that annoying dizzy attack they attempt on Mario. And what's also really annoying to note is that if Mario does get dizzy, and, like, it should make him dizzy for 2 turns, but if they do it again, it resets the counter. And now, Bo can't move. Power Smash. Or not Power Smash, Power Quake. Oh, you get up right away, do you? Well, sorry to disappoint you, that's not gonna do anything. Oh, nice! Double stars points. So many stars. Star pieces, star points, star spirits, etc, etc. 93. I'm honestly tempted to go back and fight that Dark Koopa just to level up. But never mind, we'll have plenty of opportunities for that. This area is important. These blocks we cannot hit yet, but there's a good reason for that. It's because that door up there leads to the last star spirit in the last chapter. But of course, since they don't want a sequence breaking, you can't do it just yet. Now it looks like an empty room. This is kind of cryptic because usually you look for cracks in the wall for Bombette to blow up. Well, actually, this is what you need to do. Now this guy, I believe he's called, let's see here, well, looky here, Rip Cheeto at your service. Now as his name would imply, his services, he sells items, come with inherent risk. He's not going to tell us what the item is, but he'll sell it for 64 coins, no doubt. Now, some people got this wrong. The first item is going to be a star piece. The second item is going to be a life shroom. And I believe the third item is going to be a repel gel. Oh, never mind, it's a pump attack. But one of these is a repel gel. This one is probably going to be a dry shroom. No, this is the repel gel. Okay, the next one right here, that one's going to be a dry shroom. So it's actually worth it to go ahead and buy some stuff from me. And another reason to have refund up. Speaking of which, I might want to invest in it again. So I can get my coins up. this blue house has become infamous in the infamous. I'm on a roll today with my speech for speedrunning tactics. I can't do it right now. You can't do it on the English and the Japanese copy of this game. Either I'm just really bad at it, but I'm not gonna try and attempt it. But it involves glitching through that house. And you can go to Chapter 6, the chapter we're going to... Or, sorry, take that back. Chapter 5, the chapter we were at, as soon as you get Parakarry. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'll rest it real quick. Why not? So yeah, mostly this episode is going to be preparatory stuff. We'll start Chapter 6 in the next one. Did I sleep well? Yes. Also, I forgot to mention, if you notice, my Star Piece account is going to be a little different. That's because on the way out from the harbor, I went ahead and I picked up a star panel at the harbor. So, a star piece from a star panel at the harbor. They're not even called star panels, because it's just called panels, or secret panels, or something. Anyway, yeah, I missed all our nothing. I'm going to keep reminding myself of that so I remember when the chapter actually does come out. Let's see here. Just making sure everything's set. Let's see here. We got all the magic seeds. We did everything in the sewer we can do so far. Pending 2 power blocks, but I really don't need those because there's going to be plenty other easier ones that we get along the road. Or along our plot path. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up the way to Chapter 6. She's going to talk about the Bulbarbs and mention to you how you need to go find them now in case you didn't before. But, you know, like I said, I already did that. So you give her each seed, and with each seed she's going to plant flowers that are going to instantaneously grow on the 4 corners of this garden. And finally the last seed. And now something will happen. The way will open. While we're on the subject, last Peach segment, or sorry, I take that back. My least favorite Peach segment was where we had to bake the cake. My least favorite chapter is this one, Flower Fields. My sister loves this chapter. I wish she was still here to do it for me because, we've been talking about doing Let's Plays for so long, and like I said, she's not here, she's off at college. But, I'll drudge on. I'll take one for the team. So let's go ahead and enter here. You know, I said we were going to start Chapter 6 in another part, but it's only 22 minutes. We can, like, enter it and do 1 or 2 things, then we'll end the part off. Dark days and flower fields. Oh boy. What ho? And who might you be? Up here, son. Oh great, a talking tree. They call me Wise Mr. Wood. I'm the oldest tree here in Flower Fields, in the land of trees, flowers, grasses, and plants. Everything forest-like. You must be Mario. I've heard a lot about you, son. Well, from what I understand, Flower Fields is a far way away from Toad Town, and yet Sushi hasn't heard of us or whatever. You're trying your best to save the Star Spirits of the rest of the world, aren't you? Very noble. If that is true, then your arrival means the Star Spirit here is here in our land. I would help you on your quest, but alas, I cannot right now. Flower Fields is in trouble. A creature named Huff and Puff and his followers invaded our fair land not long ago. No doubt while we were unconscious from falling from the castle. These creatures brought clouds to our sunny sky, and it has been dark and cloudy ever since. The sun doesn't even bother to rise in the sky anymore. We are all weak and fading. I remember something. The rumor that Huff and Puff is holding somebody captive. Of course, it must be the Star Spirit that you're searching for. Oh? You're going to defeat the wicked Huff and Puff, then? Well, that makes the wishes of Flower Fields come true. But it's not that easy. Is it ever? Huff and Puff is up in the sky, where we call the Cloudy Climb, and there's no way to get up there now. Well, you might be able to reach it if you find a magical bean or something that grows high. Great, we're gonna go to a beanstalk now? Now, wait a minute. I think there is a flower that has a magical bean somewhere. I believe her name is Petunia. Perhaps she's off to the east. We'll go to give her a visit and ask about it. The other flowers and bulbs around here might have some information as well. So talk to everybody. Well, thankfully we don't have to do that because, again, I played this before, as I keep mentioning. So what you have to do is Petunia's going to be over here. These are annoying enemies that I'm not going to bother explaining until they come up. Those are Maisie Daisies, the walking flowers, and those bees are Buzzies or something like that. What? Everybody notices this. Look, listen to this action-packed song going on right here. And this is the only place in the game it plays. I have no idea. It really doesn't fit. I mean, I like the song, but it just doesn't fit with what's going on. Do you have a second? But listen to my sad tale. Ever since the sun went away, I've begun to drop. I have no energy at all. Without the sun, it seems that like the world is sad. And these Monty moles dig into the ground and bite my roots. Oh, woe is me. That's terrible. My beautiful seed collection will become a Monty mole banquet if this keeps up. Please, sir. You look strong and capable. Could you get rid of these Monty moles for me? Lady, I will on principle. In case you're wondering about the Monty moles I'm talking about, there are this guy and this jerk. This troublemaker, he looks like the jerk. And this wicked creature. This guy is, well, you probably don't need to be concerned with that one. I have no idea why that random Crazy Daisy's over there. Please don't fail me. My seeds and I are counting on you to save us. Now, what's really annoying is that you cannot come into contact with these Monty moles or enter battle with them until you talk to Petunia. Now, these Monty moles, there's 4 of them. Each of them have a count of enemies from 1 to 4, and I have no idea and no way of telling which is which. He just spawned right under me, and he's the 4 one. Go figure. All right, let's wrap this up. I believe they have. So they have 13 HP. This isn't... Darn it! Really should have Power Plus by now or something. All or nothing, yeah. This is gonna throw my whole playstyle off. Anyway, 4 FP is cheaper than the 6 FP would have cost. But that's okay, because you're gonna level up. You know what I'm gonna do? Alright, since I have to change my plans up, I'm going to go ahead and try to... I'm going to give myself more FP, or sorry, more BP than FP this playthrough. My practice run, because I had more power, I just focus on my FP to just keep on dishing out attacks. Let's see here. Well, I don't think that boosts my attack yet, but we're going to go ahead and tie up these Monty moles next time we come by here. So yes, we're going to go afraid we're going to have to go back to Toad Town because... Let's see here. 24 star pieces. I need 25 star pieces. No. Want to check something? Items? Letters. Oh, hello. Yes, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back to Toad Town. We're going to go trade Merlo for what I've wanted this whole time. The 25 star piece badge. And I'm going to go tell you right now, it's another Power Plus. I know it costs 6 BP, but you know, I was gonna have that Power Plus for this Mario anyway. So yeah, the plan was to have Mario having 2 Power Pluses, all or nothing, and another badge giving me +4 attack just on badges alone. Somebody stole my dictionary. Well, all the way back in Chapter 4, the Shy Guy stole his dictionary. So we're gonna go ahead and give it back to him finally, and get the star piece for that. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and I'll get the Power Plus off of Merlo off screen. You already know where he is, you already know what I'm getting, and this part is going on 30 minutes. So yes, the next time I come on, my commentary should be better, my gameplay should be much better, back on par to what we were playing in Chapter 5. So thank you very much guys for joining me for this part, and hope to see you in the next one. Later.